My name is Chris Swayze. I'm the CEO of Yellow Cab here in San Francisco.
Oh yes, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes, we got to buy back the medallions.
Well, that's another question. That's certainly one topic. Yeah.
We have failed the taxi cab industry, and I'm incredibly sorry about our role in not protecting an industry that we regulate and started.
And many drivers really would appreciate that sentiment. When TNCs first started several years ago, San Francisco was obviously the city they started in. The city didn't want to regulate them, so the regulation moved to the PUC. Now, 25% of the vehicle miles traveled in San Francisco are done by TNCs. 70% of the congestion-related traffic citations that the SFPD gives out are given to TNCs. Do you feel they should be locally regulated? And
yes.
Then, okay, great. So,
but it's not that we didn't want to regulate them. I need to correct that. The California State Constitution explicitly states that all other transportation vehicles outside of taxi cabs are regulated by the state of California. It's a relic of the days that the PUC used to regulate the railroads, and it's very unfortunate.
I believe there was a conversation between the PUC and the city about regulation because they were a brand new business. But I don't want to.
We went to court, and we legally cannot regulate them.
Well, I don't want to dwell on what happened in the past too much, but since you feel that they should be regulated locally, what kind of steps are you willing to do to get that to happen? As difficult as it may be, whether it's legal or legislative or any other.
I've tried several, and I can tell you all the ones that have already failed.
Yeah.
I've tried to introduce a per-fee ride, like was passed in the state of Massachusetts and Philadelphia and Chicago. We're not allowed to do that. I'd like to cap the number of TNCs. In San Francisco, cannot do that. We tried to require business license of TNC drivers that drive in San Francisco. Cannot do that via a state bill that passed last year at the state legislature. And I believe that they should have the same requirements that taxi cab drivers have: driver ed, background checks. We want to make sure our passengers are safe when they're riding in TNCs. And the classic jazz music in the background. Supervisor Eric Huskin has introduced a gross receipts measure on TNCs. I'm the second co-author of that. We can tax industries as a general tax, and so that is something that we're looking forward to. I'd love to have some local controls around TNCs, but we are limited via our California state constitution, unfortunately.